Epilogue. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who climbed. She climbed a monstrous mountain. When she finally reached the top, her body bared scars, bruises. But her spirit was bold. She walked to the edge of the cliff, and their world seemed small. She spoke with knowing eyes. I will not allow you to trade my truth for your lies. And with a smile, she leaped and flew. I am the Chief Energy Officer of the Audacity Group. I do more than marketing. I'm a storyteller. I'm a storyteller for bold ideas and people that I believe in. But getting here today was a hell of a climb. Before the age of 25, I was a top marketing executive. I was the first Black woman to own my own TV talk show. I was the mayor of Baltimore twice. I even considered a run for the president of the United States of America. This is all according to my grandfather. My grandpa loved me. See, families are proud, right? Black families, prouder, all right? We tell big stories full of great hope and even greater expectations, and that was their gift to me. As a young Black girl growing up in Sandtown, Winchester, let me tell you something. You know, you learn very, very early that the stories that you're told and the stories you tell yourself have the power to shape your reality if you believe them. So throughout my career and my life, I discovered that you, me, we are all a part of the same narrative. We're all a part of a bigger story. What I didn't know was the plot twist that God had in store for me. It was an uncannily beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I'm talking cumulus clouds, 84 degrees, no jackets, no umbrellas, just nights. And this West Baltimore woman with the fiery hair and the loud accessories was standing stage center in the Marquise Ballroom in New York City. The organizers called me to ask me to present on my work as the Vice President of Marketing for Visit Baltimore. Oh my God, I'm standing there and there are white people as far as the eye can see. But that's okay, I'm good with that. I'm talking from New York to LA, Chicago to Miami, and everything in between. And the only thing that they could talk to me about with confidence was the damn wire. And yo, please don't get me wrong, I love The Wire. Omar is my dude. The duplicity of the character. Do y'all remember, they shot at his grandmother, they broke the street code, remember the street code? And they shot at his grandmother because he was taking her to church. Right. You remember when he had on that trench coat and he carried a gun and he would like rob the quarter voice. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it. But there is so much more. There is so much more to Baltimore than that.
That's right.
Lucky for them, I had built my career on marketing the city of Baltimore. As a matter of fact, I felt kind of guilty. I was being paid to do something that I did for free. I've been doing it since the age of 8. I'm serious. Every summer, I would run around to anybody that would listen. Oh my God. In my neighborhood, like the helicopters, like they fly through, and like the kids, like we chase it, and the helicopter pilot, he waves back. Granted, I didn't know that was the police. And that foxtrot was looking for a suspect who must have been dangerously close because he was flying dangerously low. you know, I chose to look at it as community engagement. In the 3rd and 4th grade, my mother came home and she started talking in the middle of the conversation. Dionne, stop telling people where we live, especially in school. If they ask you for your address, you give them your Uncle Ricky's. Now, my Uncle Ricky, kind of like a rabbit, if you remember. He's a self-made man, doing well for himself, lives in the Roland Park area, you know what I'm saying? But even still, I look at my mother and I'm like, but Mommy, we don't live with Uncle Ricky. What did I say? Yes, ma'am. It was not that my mother wasn't proud of who we are, where we're from. My mother knew the system. My mother knew that our West Baltimore zip code fell within that red lining, and that red line kept her children from access and opportunity. And it was a narrative that I resented. So being the stubborn Aries that I am, I used any and every opportunity to tell anyone where I am from, anyone. So I stood on that stage and I told big stories full of great hope and even greater expectations. Because Baltimore, like the black woman that stands before you, had always been expected to dim our light. Lower your voice. Feel less than worthy. And that's not a story I'm selling. Because I learned long ago that the stories you told and the stories you tell yourself, they have the power to change your reality if you believe. Hours later, I'm walking through Midtown Manhattan, pulling my little rolling suitcase, feeling like goddamn Olivia Pope, feeling good. I can't wait to call my husband and my boys to tell them, Mommy killed it. You hear me? I killed that presentation. But still, you ever had that feeling, just feel unsettled? It's kind of like agitated. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I get to Grand Central Station, I board the train, and I take my bags, I put them in the overhead compartment. And I'm sitting there and it's still bothering me. And then it hit me. There's an African proverb that I love. Okay? Until the lion learns to speak, the story will always glorify the hunter. That, it laid on me. I needed a distraction, so you know what you do when you need a distraction. I pull out my cell phone and I just start scrolling. Hello, to police. veils, valence, same town, Manchester. 25-year-old pilot. Who the fuck is Freddie Gray? My world came to a rolling stop at Penn Station. Fuck titles and corporations. When I stepped off that train, I stepped into my purpose, my passion, my audacity. Because Baltimore, like the black woman that stands before you, had always been expected to dim my light, bow my head, lower my voice, and to feel less than worthy. And I tell big stories full of great hope and even greater expectations. Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, Mike Brown, Corinne Gaines, Freddie Gray, Dionne, Joyner-Weems, we are all a part of the same narrative. We are all a part of this bigger story. See, I learned long ago that the stories that you're told and the stories that you tell yourself, they have the power to shape your reality if you believe. On Wednesday, April 22nd, 2015, I became the voice for the Lions.